Hello tutorial partners, I am Juliet Valencia, and in this opportunity I'm gonna talk about how I determine that in this article was used a qualitative methodology. So first of all, I want to read the title because it was the main thing that took my attention. The title says, Learning strategies applied by the students in writing English texts. In this case, this title for me is the topic of inquiry. The topic of inquiry is the main topic that is gonna lead all the study. And we find this particular sentence, the learning strategy. For me, this is a key word. Why? Because an strategy is like a process. When we talk about strategies, we talk about process that we follow to reach a goal. In this case, we have to take into account that qualitative methodologies are more focused in process, are more focused in meaning. It is more focused in how the things happen. So for that reason, I determined that it was a qualitative research, but of course wasn't the only reason. There are more. So we have to find also the research question, because the research question is the other component, or the second component of a qualitative research. And we find the question here. What learning strategies apply by the students in writing text and the impact of learning strategies toward the students' writing scores? So this is the question that is going to lead all our study. Also is complement with this part. It is conducted at Communication Science Department of the Muhammadiyah University of Ponorogo. So as we can see here, has details about the population where this study was applied. In this case, was in this city, in this university, and in this particular department. So, as other feature of the qualitative research, to be very particular is other feature. Because a qualitative research is more particular, has a particular group of population in which the study is gonna be developed. But a quantitative research is more general. So for this reason, I could determine, okay, this is a qualitative research. So following within, I want to stop in this particular paragraph. I'm gonna read quickly. English subject is as general course. It means that English has a small part in teaching learning process. The students have limitation to study and practice about English, and they even interact with English rarely. Besides, because of non-English department, the students of communication department have limited knowledge about English, so that they have difficulties in mastering English. In some cases, English is important for them as additional knowledge and supporting ability. So in this case, this is the context of the study. This paragraph has specific information related to the main topic. And following with the components, we find the literature review. So we find the framework, or the theory framework, as we can see in this part. I'm gonna read Lee 2010. Define language learning strategies as behaviors, steps, or techniques that language learners apply to facilitate language learning. It means that the students can decide certain strategies or think ways while they are learning English to enhance their own learning. So in this case, he is defining a keyword. Which is the keyword? The language learning strategy. He is defined it, the writer is defined this word by this author. Also, he's defining the same word, the same concept, but for different authors during all the literature review. For example, Alfian 2016, Tran Hoan 2 in 2009. and a lot of other concepts by other authors. Okay, now we are gonna find the methods that the methodology that the writer choose. So I'm gonna read this part. The study was conducted at the Muhammadiyah University of Ponorogo. So in this part, the writer is again providing the context where this study was developed. And in this part, he said, the subjects of this research are the second semester students of Communication Science Department, and purposive sampling is used as the sampling technique. In this case, he is defining the participants. He is defining, okay, who participate in this study. And in continuing with the instruments of data collections, we find that in this particular study, they use questionnaires, observation, and documentation. This is the analysis data. So I'm going to read a little. Table 1 shows how often the students use the learning strategies. High frequency level means that the students almost or at least usually use the learning strategies in which the scores are ranging from 3.5 to 5.0. Moderate frequency level means that the students only sometimes use the learning strategies in which the scores are ranging from 2.5 to 3.4. And they continue analyze all the data, all the information that they found, which is other component of qualitative research. And for last, we are gonna find the conclusion that is here. And it's like a summary of all the study and the conclusion of all the study, and says, according to the result of research about learning strategies used by the students in writing, it can be concluded that the students of second semester of Communication Science Department of the Muhammadiyah University of Ponorogo use learning strategies. Learning strategies used by the students in writing class are metacognitive, compensation, cognitive, effective memory, and social strategies. Generally, the tendency of the students in user learning strategies is moderate. It means that the students sometimes use learning strategies in their learning. So in this part, he concludes all the study. And for last, we have the reference, which is the last component of a qualitative research. The reference has to be in alphabetic order, as you can see here. So in that way, I could determine this was a qualitative research. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye.